In the warm and welcoming world of Hallmark, where happy endings are as certain as the seasons, Andrew Walker has long been a beloved constant. His easy smile, genuine warmth, and the comforting presence he brings to our screens have made him feel less like an actor and more like a trusted friend. We invite him into our homes, especially during the holidays, to remind us of the power of love, community, and second chances. But behind the picture-perfect romance and cozy small-town settings, the man who has brought so much joy to millions has navigated his own profound and heartbreaking journey, one that speaks to a love that is deeper and more resilient than any movie script could ever capture. Today, whispers and rumors may circulate, as they often do about our favorite stars. A search for heartbreaking news can send a fan's heart into a panic. But before we get swept away in speculation, let's take a moment to breathe and talk, friend to friend, about the real story. The most significant and truly heartbreaking chapter in Andrew's recent life is not a new tragedy, but a poignant and deeply personal loss that continues to shape the man he is today. The passing of his beloved mother, Joyce Walker, in March of 2023. For years, Andrew had been a quiet pillar of strength for his family as they navigated his mother's courageous battle with Alzheimer's disease. Joyce was, by all accounts, a vibrant and brilliant woman, a talented pianist, a fashionista, an artist, and the life of every party. She was the one who first saw the spark of stardom in her son and encouraged him to pursue his dreams. As Andrew has shared, she was the matriarch who filled their home with music, laughter, and an unshakable sense of love. To watch such a radiant light slowly dim is a unique and profound kind of heartbreak. Alzheimer's, as Andrew has bravely shared in interviews, is a disease that robs you of a loved one long before they are physically gone. He spoke of the inevitable loss, the painful process of grieving for the person his mother once was, even while she was still with them. For fans, who see him as the ever-optimistic leading man, this revelation offered a glimpse into the real-life strength and vulnerability that he carries. In the spring of 2023, Joyce's journey came to a peaceful end. Andrew's tribute to her was a masterclass in love and grace. He chose not to focus on the sorrow of her absence, but on the eternal presence she would have in his life. "As you leave us in this material world," he wrote, "I'll be able to feel your presence wherever I go, which gives me so much comfort. I love you eternally, Mom." These weren't just the words of a grieving son. They were the words of a man who understood that love transcends the physical realm. In the time since her passing, Andrew has continued to honor his mother's memory in ways that are both touching and inspiring. He, along with his sister and wife, scattered her ashes in Malibu, one of her favorite places, a final beautiful act of returning her to a place of peace and beauty. He speaks of her often, not with a tone of despair, but with a reverence that keeps her spirit vibrantly alive. This journey with his mother's illness has also fueled a passion for advocacy. Alongside his dear friend and Hallmark co-star Nikki DeLoach, who also lost a parent to Alzheimer's, Andrew has lent his voice and his time to raise awareness and funds for research. It is a testament to his character that in his own time of sorrow, he has chosen to help others who are walking the same difficult path. And while the loss of his mother is the most significant, heartbreaking news to touch his life, it's also a reminder that his on-screen persona is not so far from the real man. The resilience, the kindness, the deep well of emotion he brings to his roles, these are not just acting choices. They are reflections of a man who has known deep love and remembering that life, much like a good story, is filled with unexpected turns. Long before he was a Hallmark star, Andrew was a promising football player with a scholarship to Boston College. A devastating knee injury ended his athletic career before it truly began. At the time, it was a crushing blow, another form of heartbreak that forced him to change course. Yet it was this setback that ultimately led him to acting, to the career that has brought him, and us, so much joy. It's a powerful lesson in how life's most painful moments can often be the catalysts for our greatest transformations. So, when we see Andrew Walker on our screens, let's remember the depth and heart he brings to every role. Let's remember the son who honored his mother with such grace, the husband and father who cherishes his family, and the man who has turned his own heartbreaks into a source of strength and inspiration for others. There is no new, sudden tragedy to report. Instead, there is a story of enduring love, of resilience in the face of sorrow, and of a man who continues to shine his light, both on and off the screen. And that, in its own way, is a truly beautiful and heartwarming story.